Thank you for that amazing introduction, and thank you everyone for joining Voicescon 2020. Yun nga, di ba ang name ng event ay Voicescon, about voices. So, please excuse my voice. Kamusta naman yung voice ko, di ba? So, supposedly po kasi voice rest ko. Pero dahil mahal na mahal ko po kayo, so nandito po ako today para mag-share ng experiences ko po sa voiceover artistry. So, parang kailan lang, I was an aspiring voiceover artist. And nanonood lang din po ako ng ganitong mga voiceover events to feed my curiosity and to also get inspiration. So luckily, after attending a voiceover workshop here at CreatiVoices, that's when I have gained enough confidence to really do what I want in life, and that is to pursue voiceover as a career. I now work as a professional voiceover artist, and on June 2019, I was able to create a YouTube channel called Voiceover Flowers. And then on the first year of my YouTube channel, I have finally launched my own website na rin po, yung www.voiceoverflowers.com. I am so grateful na nakapag-voiceover na po ako with some of the known brands like Jollibee, Pampers, Viber, Smart, VPI, and many more. Char. Sorry po, nasanay lang po sa trabaho. But many people say na yung work namin is their dream job. Kasi hearing your own voice giving life to a character or a commercial is really fulfilling eh. The first time you hear your voice, masasabi mo talaga na, la, boses ko yun? Ako yun? Talagang naman nakakakilig po. Pero paano nga ba maging voiceover artist? That's the number one question that I usually get, yung usual comments dun sa YouTube channel ko po na Voiceover Flowers. If you go to Google or watch videos about voiceovers, yan, sasabihin doon, you need to have the following daw: voiceover training, mentor or voice coach, decent microphone, home studio setup, editing software or tools, and a professional demo reel. Wow, ang daming requirements. Overwhelming, di ba? So, every time someone asks me the same question, di ko binibigay yung to-do list na to. I don't give this to-do list. I would always answer with my own voiceover journey kung paano ako naging voiceover artist. Siyempre, being the mga chismoso and chismosa that we are, including me, gusto ko magkwentuhan muna tayo. Ichichismis ko sa inyo yung mga kaganapan sa buhay ko bago ang lahat ng to. Game na ba kayo? A few years ago, I read a motivational book. Sabi doon, lahat tayo ay dapat na may affirmations. So affirmation is a practice of positive thinking and self-empowerment. It's a statement that you repeat on yourself. Parang ito yung sasabihin mo sa sarili mo whenever you're feeling down or simply when you just want to stay optimistic amidst the circumstances. Yung parang sa movie ng Three Idiots. Ayan, may mga nakapanood ba dito ng Three Idiots? Ayan, so sabi dun sa movie, sinasabi nila lagi dun yung all is well, all is well, all is well. So I practice affirmation. Wala namang mawawala, di ba? I would always affirm, magkakajowa ako. But until now, no jowa. So I guess it doesn't really work. No, seriously, I have many affirmations, but my favorite and also the powerful one is whatever I need comes to me. When I am anxious and everything's amiss, I would always say this to myself. However, affirmation alone is nothing. It's just a feel-good phrase. Yung parang ano lang, sinasabi mo lang pero wala kang ginagawa. So it has to be fueled with hard work and commitment for it to work. So I did. Yung ginawa ko. So lahat ng bagay na pangarap ko lang dati, reality ko na ngayon. I now work as a professional voiceover artist, a content creator, and a scriptwriter for Dear Uge and Pipito Maniloto at GMA Network. I'm happy. This is the reality that I've been working on and praying for. Pero not everyone knows the story. My journey of how everything I needed came to me. Ayan na. Chismisan time na tayo. Okay. So this is me when I was in high school. Yan, mukhang walang problema. Fresh pa. At an early stage, I think when I was in grade 2 or 3, I already knew na hindi ideal yung family namin. My parents separated long as I can remember. There was this unforgettable moment when I woke up in the middle of the night kasi naririnig ko nag-aaway yung parents ko. Alam niyo yung away na pinipilit nila maging tahimik pero super intense kaya maingay pa rin. Ganon. So I woke up. Pero hindi na ako makatulog ulit kasi naiihi ako eh. Yung bata naiihi, nagising bigla. Gusto ko sanang umihi kaso natatakot ako kasi nga nag-aaway yung parents ko eh. So, as a child, ang sakit nun, di ba? Masakit yun bilang bata na magpigil ka ng ihi. Di ba? Ang sakit ng pantog ko nun. But seriously, it was a real experience. I grew up knowing na never na kami magiging kumpleto. There was even a time na naging rebellious ako. But then I realized na it won't change anything. So, I moved on. I tried to find ways on how to distract myself sa lahat ng problema ng family namin. Kaya in high school, nag-spark yung talent ko for voice acting. I wasn't aware pa of what it's called, yung term na voice acting. Basta I would copy yung boses ng teacher ko, tapos tatawa na yung buong class namin kasi gayang-gaya ko lang yung boses. And then, after high school, yan, I finally entered college. By this time, our family problems were getting worse, especially when it comes to our finances. Dapat yung makukuha kong course, maraming pwedeng maging trabaho. Dapat flexible and eventually malaki yung sasweldohin ko. So my own happiness was not really a top priority. Though I really wanted to enroll sa mass comm or theater arts, yung kasi yung kinahiligan ko nung high school. Mahilig akong sumali ng mga plays, ganyan. Pero I chose BS Business Administration, major in management. Yun po yung natapos kong course. The number one goal naman talaga that time was to graduate and then land a good job with a high salary. It was all about money. I thought my main challenge na lang that time was to graduate with good grades. Pero hindi pa pala. Since we were struggling financially, I almost dropped out of school. Hindi na kasi kaya ng papa ko yung tuition fees. Kasi dalawa na kami nung brother ko, ng youngest brother ko ang nasa college. So nagkasabay kami. Luckily, yung kuya namin, yung eldest brother namin, lumipat sa Singapore just a few months ago. And he promised na siya ang bahala sa amin. Ilalaban daw niya na makatapos kami nung kapatid ko. Of course, I fought too. Sabi ko, lalaban tayo. So to help my brother's expenses, I would apply to different online jobs, lalo na pag sem break. So, sulit talaga yung sem break sa akin. It was hard, but I thanked myself for not giving up and for not dropping out of school. Kasi, had I dropped out of school, I wouldn't have been able to discover my voiceover talent, yung voiceover skills ko. Ito na. Before I continue with the rest of my story, let me share the short video of me nung college ako. So yan po yung isa sa mga kalokohan ko ng college. So in one of those class presentations, my professor noticed na I have a nice voice raw na pwede for voiceovers. Back then, I didn't know about this career yet. I wasn't fully aware on how it works or how I can even be a voiceover talent. But like, paano ba? Darang di ba masyadong kilala yung voiceover world that time. So right after that conversation, I went home and immediately went to Google to search for scripts na pwedeng practicein to create my voiceover demos. But most of my self-studies were from YouTube talaga. Main source of information and inspiration ko ay YouTube. Nga, YouTube University, di ba? However, nanonood ako, na-observe ko na bakit parang mostly ng voiceover content sa YouTube from foreigners, from the US, from UK, ganyan, puro mga foreigners. Wala masyado from the Philippines. Ang palagi ko lang napapanood na local contents that time was from Mr. Pocholo Gonzalez. He's the owner of the first and only voice acting school here in the Philippines. His videos were enough to encourage me to try voiceover. Though I was frustrated na wala masyadong mga behind-the-scenes videos about voiceovers here in the Philippines, I still continued my self-study at nanood ng mga international videos. So, pinanood ko pa rin yun, kinonsume ko yung mga videos na yun from foreigners. Kasi I wanted to know more. Gusto ko pang mapasok yung world nila ng voice artistry. I was so high. Talagang lahat ng video about voiceover pinanood ko. So, I have the enough information, motivation, and well, the voice, as what my professor said. But the problem was, wala akong mic. Yun lang. I can't afford to buy a decent mic for voiceovers. The only mic we have that time, yung nag-assemble kasi yung brother ko ng computer. So, yung mic namin that time was a simple desktop mic from CDR King. Mga worth 50 pesos yata yun. So, that's what I used to jumpstart my voiceover career. So, with my 50 peso mic from CDR King, I started recording scripts na nakuha ko online to produce my demos. Yung mga royalty-free scripts na you're free to use it for your demos. Yan. I downloaded them. And then, after I've created my demos, gumawa na rin ako ng Facebook page na tinawag kong Voiceover Talent Source. Yan. 2013 po yun. Para doon i-post and i-market yung mga voice samples ko. Doon ko po ako magpo-post ng pictures ko, ng demos ko, links para sa demos ko. So, doon po lahat sa Voiceover Talent Source. Just imagine the courage I had back then submitting demos that were recorded using a 50 peso mic. Ang tapang ko nun kasi bata, di ba? Iba yung courage natin na habang bata tayo. On the first few months, I got my very first client through my online marketing efforts. He's from Houston, Texas. Actually, medyo hesitant pa akong tanggapin yun kasi akala ko scam, di ba? From other country pa. Tsaka first time ko maka-receive ng talagang confirmation na ako'y natanggap for that gig. So, medyo doubtful pa ako. Pero I got paid via PayPal. So, okay siya, legit siya. I was super happy. And yung talent fee ko, gusto niyo malaman, $10. More or less, 500 pesos. As a college student, ay super laking bagay nun sa akin. Alam mo yon, I just earned 500 pesos. May extra allowance ako. Habang nasa bahay lang, nagkumita ako. I got so excited. I wanted more. So, money became my motivation. So, months went by, pero hindi na nasundan yon. I get inquiries, yes. Pero usually hanggang dun lang. I spent most of my time auditioning, but I didn't get the gigs. There were other gigs na ako sana yung VO talent, ako sana yung nakuha. Pero I couldn't go to the studio in Manila. Kailangan ko pumunta ng Manila dun sa studio nila. Eh, nasa Bulacan po ako that time. I was studying at Bulacan State University in Malolos. Wala akong pamasahe. So I told myself, siguro, I can just consider this as a hobby. Parang malabong maging career ko talaga tong pag-voiceover. Kasi ang daming challenges, ang dami kong kulang. If I were to base it sa mga napapanood ko sa YouTube, wala ako nung nasa to-do list na yun, yung mga requirements. Sadly, I set aside muna yung passion ko for voiceovers. I focused on my studies. I became just a regular teenager, college student, just going with the flow hanggang makagraduate na lang. Ganun yung routine ko na lang. And then, out of the blue, my friend gave me these DVDs and she nagged me to watch them. Sabi niya, Kath, ma-inspire ka. Ma-inspire daw ako doon, sabi niya. So, the titles of those movies or documentaries yata yun are The Opus and The Secret. After watching, ay totoo, nabuhayan ako. She was right. Na-inspire nga talaga ako after watching those. Kasi those movies introduced me to the law of attraction. So, ano ba yung law of attraction? The law of attraction is the belief that by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, a person brings positive or negative experiences into their life. There was a part of me na doubtful kasi parang ang corny naman ito, ang cheesy naman ang idea. Pero sige, if yung mga successful people doon sa movie, may true stories, may mga testimony sila, at gumana sa kanila yung law of attraction. So, why not gawin ko rin? Wala namang mawawala, sabi ko. So, there are two ways daw to practice law of attraction. One, you print pictures of the things that you want to attract in your life. Ilagay mo dun sa wall, sa wallet mo, or anywhere na makikita mo everyday yung mga pictures na yun. Or make a vision board. Yan, parang illustration board, then dikit mo dun yung mga pictures ng iba't ibang bagay or tao na gusto mong ma-attract sa buhay mo. Number 2, simply write them down and read them every day. Bilang walang budget pang print para makagawa ng vision board. Alam niyo na, estudyante, mahal magpa-print kaya ng colored pictures. Wala rin kaming printer noon. So, ang ginawa ko, kumuha na lang ako ng isang white bond paper. Ito yung sinulat ko at idinikit sa wall ng room ko. Yan, may listahan ako noon eh. So, number 1, sabi ko gusto ko mag-OJT, mag-internship sa GMA Network. Then, makahanap ng trabaho sa Metro Manila kasi nga nasa Bulacan ako noon. So, number 3, maging voiceover artist. Number 4, makaipon ng 10,000 pesos para maka-join sa isang voiceover workshop sa Makati. Yung nakikita ko sa YouTube kasi nakita ko meron silang pa-workshop sa Makati. And then, sumunod doon, ma-meet si Mr. Pocholo Gonzales, yung nagpapa-workshop na yon sa Makati. And then, lastly, makabili ng condenser microphone. For my remaining years in college, yun ang ginawa ko. I look at this list, read them, and pray that they come true. That time, I have no idea kung paano sila mangyayari, pero I hold on to them. Until finally, on my 4th year, yung last year ko sa college, time na for our internship. So, I've sent my letter and resume to different companies sa Manila kasi nga doon ko talaga gusto mag-work. Of course, number 1 na sinend ko, unang-unang sinendan ko yung GMA Network. Nasa list ko yun kasi di ba nga gusto ko talaga mag-OJT sa kanila. Unfortunately, never silang nag-reply sa application ko. But I'm still grateful kasi I was accepted at Zalora Philippines in Makati City. Then, at the end of my internship with Zalora, kinausap ako ng manager ng department namin to let me know na they wanted to absorb me and offer me a full-time job right after my graduation. I was so happy kasi ito yung number 2 sa list ko. I'll be working in Metro Manila. I already have a job waiting for me kahit na hindi pa ako nakaka-graduate. Hindi ko na kailangan mag-apply. So, talaga naman, tuwan-tuwa ako noon. So, while working for Zalora, I was able to do voiceovers on the side na kasi nakakapunta na ako sa studios nasa Manila na ako. I even had a client na nagbigay sa akin ng second-hand condenser mic. Yan po yung picture. He was so happy daw kasi with my service. Niregaluhan nila ako ng condenser mic. It's a second-hand mic pero ang ganda kasi first time kong makahawak ng condenser mic na talagang sa akin na talaga. So, nagtaka ako ba't binigay? Siguro may crush sa akin yung client. Pero, kidding aside. So, I was pumped up talaga kasi buhay na ako. Nasa Manila na ako. I have the mic na makakapag-voiceover na rin ako sa bahay. Ngayong mas maganda na yung mic ko. Finally, maiipon ko na rin yung 10,000 for that voiceover workshop ni Mr. Pocholo Gonzales sa Makati. So, I have prepared this white envelope para dun ilagay yung may ipon kong cash. So, paunti-unti until makompleto ko yung 10,000. I practiced law of attraction again. I took a picture of that white envelope. Ayan po yung picture. Ayan po yung picture ng white envelope. So, with my new microphone, I hustled. I've had countless auditions. I would sneak pag lunch break ko sa work. And then mag-record ako sa phone para makahabol dun sa mga auditions online. Kasi I needed extra income badly. Aside from saving up for that voiceover workshop, that time kasi tinutulungan ko na yung kuya ko to support yung bunso naming kapatid who was still in college. I would remit money to them sa Bulacan to support his studies and everyday expenses. So I was a corporate slave. Rutinary yung work ko. I would get up early to go to work, uuwi, kakain, matutulog, then work again, and then mag-wait na lang sa payday sa sweldo. I hated the cycle. I have reached the point of burnout. I needed a break. So I filed a vacation leave. I prayed and asked for guidance for my next crucial decisions. Kasi I wanted to change my situation. I was planning to resign na and finally do voiceovers full-time. Pero it was not possible yet kasi I wasn't earning enough sa pag-voiceover to support myself and my family. Hindi pa nga ako nakapag-workshop, diba? So, ang tapang ko para isipin na mag-resign. Surprisingly, this commercial popped out while I was watching TV during that vacation leave. It was an announcement from Michael V. Sabi doon, magkakaroon daw sila ng free comedy writing workshop. Simple lang ang requirement, should be 18 to 35 years old, with or without writing experience, at magpapadala ng essay na ang theme ay My Funniest Experience. I was 21 that time, so pasok tayo sa age requirements. And remember, yung Tang na Mu video ko, Ayan, yung Tang Na Mo video ko, dun ko I based my essay from that video. Luckily, out of 1,700 plus applicants, nakapasok ako sa top 100. From 100, nagkaroon pa po ng elimination rounds, kaya naging 50 na lang kami. And then from 50, they chose the final top 20 to officially join the Michael V's comedy writing workshop. And I was one of those 20. After the workshop and immersions, I got in and now write sa 2 comedy shows sa GMA po na Dear Uge and Pepito Manaloto. So within that same month ng writing workshop, I also got another good news. Talaga naman po yung year na yon, overflowing po yung blessings. Kaya tuwan-tuwa po ako. So remember yung kwento ko na when I was in college po, I created a Facebook page called Voiceover Talent Source. So I received a private message from that page. Yung kanino? Of course, none other than Mr. Pocholo Gonzalez. Na-notice niya yung voiceover demos ko doon and he invited me over to his studio for a quick meeting. I thought it was going to be a brief meeting lang and finally makakapag-selfie na ako sa kanya. It was a dream come true. Sadly, hindi na ako nakapag-selfie sa kanya nung araw na yun, nung first time kami nag-meet. Ayaw kasi niya, because suplado naman ito ni sir. So nagulat ako in my mind. Sabi ko, hindi pwedeng hindi kami makapag-selfie. Pero ang sagot kasi ni Sir Pocholo, maraming chances na pwede kang makipag-selfie sa akin kasi babalik ka pa. Magkikita pa ulit tayo kasi I am offering you a full scholarship sa voice acting workshop ko. I was speechless for a moment. I wanted to cry, but my happiness was overflowing. So my vision board flashed before me. Parang may pa-flashback yan. So yung di ba naalala niyo yung vision board ko? Sabi ko doon, gusto ko mag-OJT sa GMA, makapagtrabaho sa Manila, maging voice artist, makaipon ng 10,000, ma-meet si Sir Pocholo, and bumili ng mic. So I never got that internship sa GMA network kasi I was meant to be a writer pala. Hindi ko na rin pala kailangan bumili ng condenser mic kasi may client pala na magbibigay sa akin. And lastly, the reason why I have never completed that 10,000 pesos, kung bakit yung iniipon ko yun noon, lagi akong kumukupit ako sa sarili ko, nagagalaw ko yun kasi talagang kailangan ko ng pera that time and never ko na-complete yung 10,000. And I know the reason was because I will be offered pala a full scholarship by Mr. Pocholo himself. Kalain mo yun. So law of attraction never promised naman na makukuha mo yung wishes mo immediately eh. But it has proved me many times already na whatever I need truly comes to me in the perfect and unexpected time. Law of attraction may just be a concept and many are still not yet convinced na it truly works. Pero for me po, it has taught me to dream big and it has made me realize as well how a simple list with just a few words can fuel me to continue pursuing my passion. So, do I still practice law of attraction sa lahat ng nangyari sa akin? Yes na yes naman po. Hindi ko na lang sinusulat. May pictures na rin. Siyempre, may budget na tayo. May printer na po ako. Mas maganda na ang vision board ko. May mga pictures na. So, actually, in 2017 po, nagkaroon kami ng meeting ni Sir Pocholo. Parang yearly meeting namin. Plans for the coming years. Vision 2020. He asked me kung ano yung plans ko. Ito yung list na sinabi ko sa kanya noong 2017. So, my Vision 2020, sabi ko, gusto ko mag-create ng YouTube channel and I will call it Voiceover Flowers. Natawa sila dun sa name. Sabi ko, hindi seryoso Voiceover Flowers para catchy, malakas yung recall. Then, sabi ko, I want to help many voice talents like me, yung mga aspiring, and have my own studio, home studio set up. And voiceover projects na makakuha ko ng mga gigs for mga known brands, mga big known brands, and then be a full-time voiceover artist. So this was in 2017 po. I didn't know how to make all of these happen. Doon pa lang sa YouTube channel, medyo doubtful pa ako kasi wala po akong magandang camera and other equipment para magsimula ng ganung career. Saka camera shy po ako eh, so lagot na. But I trusted the universe, the law of attraction, so I visualize, pray, and work towards achieving those goals. And in 2018, I was hired for an international voiceover project, my highest paid voiceover project so far. A portion of my talent fee, pinambili ko po kaagad ng DSLR camera to jumpstart my YouTube channel. I started shooting videos pero ayoko pang mag-upload po nun eh. I was afraid kasi sino ba naman ako para gumawa ng contents about voiceovers? Ilang years pa lang naman ang experience ko compared to those pro voice artists na I really look up to, yung mga napapanood ko sa YouTube, diba? Talaga mga veteran voice artists. And then ako I still consider myself new to the industry. Then gagawa na ako ng YouTube channel. So ang dami kong reasons not to push through with the idea of being a content creator. Pero binalikan ko po yung main objective ko. Ano ba yung main purpose ko? What's my biggest why in creating a YouTube channel? Nung nasagot ko po yun, ay wala na. Those doubts and fears became irrelevant. When I started as a voiceover artist, YouTube was mainly my source of information and inspiration. Pero during those times, wala akong masyadong mapanood na contents na dedicated for aspiring Filipino voice artists like me. So, I wanted to see more of the voice artistry world. So, kung makita yung nila, yung mga behind the scenes. So, I finally launched Voiceover Flowers in 2019 because I am a frustrated viewer eh. Ang dami ko kasing gusto pang makita, so I was very frustrated. And then, yung wish kong mapanood na contents noon, yun na yung ginagawa ko ngayon. I realized na lang suddenly na yung wish pala na yon was meant for me to fulfill. I was waiting for myself. So going back to the question, paano nga ba maging voiceover talent? Technically, marami ka talagang kailangan paghandaan. Totoo naman po talaga yung nasa list, yung mga napanood ko sa YouTube, yung mga kailangan natin paghandaan. You should be willing to invest money, time, and talent. Pero given my story and everything that happened to me, my number one tip and answer to that question would be decision. It all starts with a decision. It's the moment you decide that you will become a voiceover artist is where the journey starts and the magic happens. It's okay if tingin mo malabo yun mangyari dahil sa situation mo ngayon. I totally get it. Kasi diba nung nagsimula nga ako, talagang wala akong connections or networks. Wala akong makakilalang voice artist. Wala rin akong voiceover training. Wala akong mentor or voice coach. Wala rin akong microphone. Well, meron, pero yung hindi siya pang voiceover, yung 50 peso mic from CDRK. And then wala rin akong home studio. All I had was that decision and that piece of paper to write down a statement na whatever happens, magiging voiceover artist ako. Just decide and make use of what you have right now. Talagang kung ano lang meron ka ngayon, gamitin mo kung anong meron ka ngayon. And another tip is to never make money as your motivation. That was my number one mistake naman when I started. Kaya reason din kung bakit I almost gave up. Kasi parameter ko for voiceover success was money. So after attending the workshop ni Mr. Pocholo Gonzalez, I focused on improving myself and seek more training and coaching and also learnings from my fellow voice actors kasi we're really learning from each other. And then once you have acquired those set of skills, everything else follows, including money. Lastly, being a writer is hard. We do write and revise a lot. Yung ginagawa naming scripts po sa Pepito, sa Dear Uge. But I think being a writer is not just a profession na tulad ng ginagawa ko po. Kasi I believe every one of us is a writer. Because this life is your story. Write well and edit often. And remember na your painful story will be your beautiful testimony. And again, I'm Kathleen Kaye Sone, Voiceover Flowers. Maraming salamat po. Stay safe po sa atin and see you all around.